money train for a number of years. And it's a system I've been able to use to teach people how easy it is to literally suck money out of the network marketing industry. It's not hard to do. It's real easy. And it does not involve you going out trying to sell stuff to anybody, promote companies. My company's better than your company, all that stuff. Totally eliminates all of that. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. They can do what they're doing and ride the train and actually wind up with actually having more downline in what they're already doing than they're ever going to acquire on their own without the train. Because with the train, you're capitalizing on the other people who are also on the train. They're creating more downline for you too. Because basically everything we do here, ultimately, we're building what's called a matrix of people. Call it a pyramid if you want, I don't care. I don't understand why the government doesn't make pyramiding legal. Everybody would be rich. I think that's the reason why they don't do it. They're afraid of us all having too much money. We'd have too much power. So anyway, it's kind of absurd to me that the easiest way in the world to make people make money is through using compensation plans called matrices, bona fide pyramids. The difference, a lot of people don't understand the difference in a pyramid and a matrix. Well, a pyramid has no product or service, and it's considered illegal because it has no product or service. However, there are companies out there in the last few years that have sprung up called crowdfunding. They're doing something called crowdfunding, and a lot of what they do takes on the appearance of a pyramid, and it's legal because Obama signed a paper, made pyramiding legal, actually, in a way, as long as you call it crowdfunding and use a certain terminology. I said, hallelujah. Somebody's going to let us make some money and not make everything illegal. So, but typically companies have to have some kind of product or service. So what I do, I'm always looking for digital products, because with a digital product company where there's no cost to production of a product, like no bottling, labeling, shipping and handling, employees to package it all and all of that mess, a lot of what you spend in your money with companies like that goes into those expenses. I'm not interested. I'm like this. Let me make you make some money and you can go buy any product you want. It's way too hard, and too much of the money everybody's spending goes into production cost on products and not really into the people's hands. So this is why I look for digital products with a low cost base to start, so that I can force feed everybody an income, and the majority of the money that everybody's spending is actually going into the pockets of people, not just the company. The other thing I look at is their compensation plan. How much breakage do they have built into it for the company to get rich on your hard efforts? So I look for specific things in certain companies that I work with, and what I say is that I manipulate this industry, and I'm going to teach you how to. I'm going to teach you how to manipulate the industry and just simply turn on a cash flow, a diversified income where you've got multiple streams of income coming in, but I'm also going to teach you how to get all this going, get it all started, and never spend a penny out of your own pocket. You're never going to spend any of your own money here. We're actually going to use money from a bank that they're going to happily give to you because you're bringing them new account holders, and they're giving you some little bonus money for doing that. So that's what we're going to actually use to help you acquire this income, particularly this initial income of $12,000. And following our protocol, you can establish that $12,000 a month income. That's not a one-time payment. That's a $12,000 a month income we want to help you build. And we really want to help you establish that in your first 5 days, simply and easily. So I'm going to pull up a PowerPoint here, the little video that I hope everybody has seen already. It's a little 18-minute video that's floating around out there. It goes through this, but I'm going to pull it up and go through it with you step by step, so you can get a thorough understanding of what it is that we do here and why It is so easy to make people make money, and why we can do this without anybody spending any money out of their own pocket. So let me get my share screen going here, and we'll go through this. Share screen. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the PowerPoint that was used to make the little video that you've been seeing. And I've got to move these controls out of my area so I can get to the buttons. All right, here we go. So basically, you know, everybody's struggling, you know, especially in this economy. We have people just really, really having a hard time these days. I've been talking to a lot of people that are typically people who have pretty good money hanging around, you know, they you know, never would think twice about spending $100. Realtors, insurance agents, a lot of people, professionals that typically have some pretty good cash flow. Investors, real estate investors normally have some pretty good cash flow. And I've been talking to some over the last week or so, and I can't believe the stories they're telling me about how broke they are, how bad this economy is, and how they're not making any money. And I mean, they're just really struggling. They're taking loans to pay their living expenses even. You know, that's not good, but it's good for us. That just means there's more people out there that need what we have. So basically what we have is the light at the end of the tunnel. Very simply, we have the light at the end of the tunnel. And it is a very simple, easy thing to acquire. A trainload full of people with money flowing through there. So basically imagine this. You know, if you go and get on a train, wherever that train's going, you are going to be stopping at each one of the depots that it goes to, even if it's not a depot that you plan to go to or get off at or whatever. You to get from where you are to where you want to be, you got to go through all those depots on that track, right? So imagine this, and I'm just going to paint this analogy for you. If I were to take a whole load full of kids, a whole kindergarten class, and I gave everybody 25 $1 bills. And I said, okay, you're getting on the train, and from the seat you're getting on at, you're going to go and walk up that train, up those seats, and you're going to give every person all the way up, 15 people, you're going to give them $1 each. And then you're going to find the person who actually told you about this train, and you're going to give that person $5. So that's now $20 that kid has spent, and you're going to give 3.9% here to the credit card processing company, because really we're not going to do it with cash, we're going to do it with credit card. And that pretty much blows the whole $25, right? So let's say and imagine that a lot of the people sitting on the train are people that have been struggling for income. Maybe some of them are homeless. Maybe some of them are single parents raising kids by themselves. A lot of senior citizens trying to live on a fixed income. A lot of people on the train are people who have been struggling for a long time. A lot of them, I'm going to say most of them, are people who have been involved in network marketing and never been able to realize any income. But because they get on this train, we change that reality. As we're going to just simply teach them a different way to approach the network marketing industry. And it has nothing to do with selling anybody anything. We don't want to be selling people stuff. Nobody wants to be doing that. And people don't want to be sold stuff to them. You know, it ruins friendships. You know, you all wind up in that NFL club, no more friends left, no more friends or family left, the NFL club, you know. So what we do here, actually, you're going to learn how to bless people. You're going to learn how to help people. We call this the money train of grace. The money train of grace. And I'm going to tell you, we got a lot of people taking interest in this money train that are pastors, reverends. We got prayer warriors coming here every morning, 30 minutes before our morning training. We have our training every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Well, 30 minutes before that, we have a couple of prayer warriors come in here. Some ordained ministers come in here to lead prayer every morning because they see how powerful this is, and they know this is the solution to eradicating poverty. This is the solution to be able to help every single person be able to acquire a substantial income that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger every single month. It's very simple and it's very easy to do. It is child's play, guys. This is as simple as that little thing you did when you were a kid where you got in line and whatever the guy in front of you did the same thing. If he waved his right hand, you waved your right hand. If he kicked his left leg, you kicked your left leg. If he jumped or hopped up and back, you did the same thing. You did whatever that person did. That's how easy this is. It's just simply lining people up to follow one behind the other and do exactly what the person in front of you just did. And that's what turns the money flow on. Kids could do this. Literally, kids could do this. And what I'm going to show you, this diagram I'm going to share with you, literally, as we go through it, I'm going to show you how, if you are caring enough to share this with other people and you want to help people with their struggles, you could actually be materializing realistically $1 million income within the next month. It's actually in the math on it, guys. It's not hype. It's not pie in the sky. It's literally in the math. If you follow the very simple protocol and you just put a mindset to, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to bless some people who need help. People are struggling and we can get them on this train and go for this financial journey, this ride through the depots that we go to, the companies that we manipulate. We can take them on this ride with zero money out of pocket. Now, I will say they do need to have a bank account, the ability to move $50 from a current bank account using a debit card into a new bank account where we're going to turn on their first stream of income. But they're not going to spend that $50. It's still in that bank account for them to use. So yes, we're going to show you how to turn on millions of dollars in income with zero money out of pocket. But you got to first be somebody who cares about other people. You want to help us eradicate poverty. We're going to change society. We're going to help people fix their problems. That's what money does. It fixes problems. And when we fix people's problems, we are going to change society. If we go out there and absolutely help all the people that need help, because we can, because it's free, no money out of their own pocket, we can help everybody. Everybody that can get a bank account, we can help them. Well, guess what? When people have their problems are fixed, their financial problems are fixed, they become nicer, better people to live around. And we're going to see a whole different attitude in society if we really apply ourselves to going out there and helping people. The world will be a better place. Not only that, we will lessen the number of people that are in prison, because everybody who's in prison, very few prisons are full of murderers. Really, they're not. They're full of people doing desperate things because they need money. It's not the drug dealers that are doing the drugs. They're not in jail because they are doing drugs. They are in jail because they are selling drugs. So let's put a stop to all that. Let's give them a better way to have a better, more lucrative income than they can even make selling drugs, and stop the revolving door on our prisons. Because all they're doing is playing cat and mouse with the police. They go do their time, they get out, they go right back into doing it again because they can't find a job that will pay them that well. So they're willing to play the risk and go back and forth in and out of prison. Revolving door, boom, boom, boom. So anyway, guys, you know, doing what we do here, we can make the world a better place. Absolutely. And not only that, we host a nonprofit organization for building tiny houses and tiny house villages, because now we are seeing our senior citizens living on a fixed income. They cannot afford housing. 20% of the homeless population now is not drug addicts, alcoholics, and criminals. It is elderly people, disabled people, and many of those are veterans, and they are forced to live in the streets because the landlords have jacked up the prices of rent so high that they can't afford housing. And they're forced to live among the drug addicts and alcoholics and the people who victimize them constantly in little tents, and sometimes without even a tent. And now the Supreme Court has made being homeless illegal. So now municipalities can go and arrest all these people and put them in prison, but they've done nothing wrong. Becoming homeless is not a premeditated crime. It's not a crime at all. It's something that happens to people because of circumstances out of their control. So that, number one, is wrong. And number two, we all need to do something about this problem. So we are hosting a nonprofit organization. If you hang around after we finish talking about this, we're going to tell you about what we're doing to help house homeless elderly people and veterans and those that are disabled, those who need our help. We have a solution to that problem. We're asking everyone to participate with us in this mission. So everything that we do here is really a mission. This money train of grace is actually a mission to eradicate poverty. I believe God wants his people to prosper. And somebody told me that, and I believed it. So I figured out a way to make people prosper, and all anybody has to do is simply follow the protocol. Just simply follow the protocol, and it will happen for you. Just follow the protocol. Little kids don't ask questions when they're told to do something. They just go do it because they've been trained to operate in that mode. But if you will treat this the same way, just go do what we ask you to do, you too will reap all the benefits that you see here. All right, so we're going to get into it. We're going to get into this, what we call the power grid. It is the money train of grace, 5 days to success and diversified income. Very important to have diversified income. I don't care what you do or who you are, you need to have multiple streams of income. Things happen and things go away. Things change. There's no guarantees in life on anything. So you need to establish a diversified income to assure that you are never broke. I say if you learn to ride the money train, you will never be broke again. So if you've seen the little video, this is what you've been looking at. I'm going to go through it real quick with you so that you understand how quickly and easily we can move you from zero out of pocket to $12,000 in just 5 days. In just 5 days. And it's a very simple protocol to follow. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. I really think kids could do this, except that some of these programs along the way that we work with here, you have to be 18. But you know what? This is child's play, guys. This is child's play. And really, it's just about caring about other people. So we start out using an FDIC, I did spell that wrong, didn't I, up there? So FDIC regulated bank in the US, it's called SoFi Bank, and it's been around for about 8 to 10 years. So they've already got a track record. They're already a proven, reliable bank. I really like them because they don't even charge a monthly service fee. They make this so easy for us to do, and they're just wanting to establish new customers. So they are offering, if you move $50 from your existing bank account over into their bank account, they're going to give you $25 for doing that. So you get $25 right off the bat because you moved $50, made a $50 deposit to their bank. Then though, every time you share this concept with anyone and they make their SoFi Bank with you, their SoFi account with you on your referral link, you're going to get anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on how generous the bank is being that day. It fluctuates from day to day. We never know what it's going to be from one day to the next. I've never seen it be less than $50 though. So anywhere between $50 and $100 referrals. So if you need money today, if you refer a couple of people today and you teach them about this train, and they make that SoFi Bank account with you, well, if today, it is $75 referral bonus. 2 people would give you $150. You got a bill you need to pay today. You need to get some groceries, gas in your car. I mean, there's $150 sitting there right there for you today. There's still time today. The day's not really over. Maybe you hear this, you go tell somebody else about it. You show them the little video that you watched, the little 18-minute video, and they make that SoFi account with you. Well, cha-ching, $75 is sitting right there in your wallet for you to use. And you can have this going on all day, every day with this SoFi Bank thing. Every day you can just be cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Money to spend every single day. And they'll let you do that up till they've paid you $10,000. Well, at $50 to $100 a person, that's a whole lot of people, right? That's a whole lot of people. just because you went out and you cared to show somebody else about how they could have a $12,000 a month income, which we're going to work at establishing that income within just 5 days. So think about this as you're watching this. And you're thinking, well, I don't know if I could get 5 people. I'm going to tell you, everybody knows 5 people that are broke as a joke right now. This economy stinks. Everybody's broke. Everybody's broke. This isn't just for network marketers. This is for everybody and anybody who's struggling financially. You're going to be able to show them quickly and easily how they can turn on a reliable, dependable income of at least $12,000 and do it in 5 days. But let's just say you're only 50% successful at it. If you're only 50% successful at it, what's 50% of $12,000? That's still $6,000. It's still $6,000 if you're just 50% successful at doing what we're going to show you here. All right, so depot number 1 is the bank. You're going to make that account at the bank. You're going to use the referral link from the person who's introducing you to this. Maybe you already have a SoFi bank account. That's okay. You just take off and go from to depot 2 and get going. You already got your $25 from the bank, so just use another $25 from somewhere else and get yourself going on depot number 2, which is to activate what we call the money train. The money train is a product. It's a service provided by the school, Acquisition Alliance School of Prosperity. So as you activate that little money train product area, which is an area in the back office of the school, where you're going to be able to put your referral links to things you already may be doing in network marketing. But first of all, you want to make sure you get on our itinerary and you activate the things that are on the itinerary first. Using your money from SoFi Bank referrals, you're going to activate these things on this itinerary, and you're going to put the links to those things on your money train area first. Because all the people that you refer to come get on the train, when they log into their back office of the school, they go to My Sponsors Depot links, and they can see all of your links and register with you on all the things that are in there. So now, it's $25 to activate that. All that money goes into the matrix. Like I said, the little kid gets on the train and he gives $1 to 15 people and $5 to the person that brought him in, right? Okay, that's how this matrix works at the school. The school hosts a 2x15 matrix in there, a very unique matrix because it doesn't build any width. Your width is built by your upline. You are only building one side of a 2x matrix. However, you get paid 100% on both sides of it at $1 a person. So a full matrix, 2x15, that's 65,534 people. That's $1 a person for each one of them, as everyone comes in and learns how to ride this train and they activate that money train. The spillover effect there is huge, because we're going to ask each person to strive for 5. Bring 5 people that need help. At least bring 5 people. Go find 5 people that are broke as a joke and are really struggling, and help them. Bless them with knowing about this money train. So as they bring those 5 into a 2x matrix, well, that's creating a whole lot of spillover right there. A lot of spillover for everybody. And by the uniqueness of how that particular matrix builds out, that matrix is built and designed to force feed people a lot of money very, very fast, because we're not building width before we build the depth. This is where most companies' compensation plans fail the people, is because they don't build depth before they build width. And they actually penalize you if you don't have width. They're going to penalize you and make you build that width to keep you from building depth, which is what you need to build so that you can lock your people in. If you make people make money, they don't go away. So everything I teach you to do here is all about making other people make money. People ask me, what do you do? You know, I tell them, I used to say, well, I make people make money. They'd ask me, well, how do you do that? So I'd show them. But now I tell them something different. I teach people how to suck money out of the network marketing industry. That's what I do. I'm going to teach you how to suck money out of it. And all you have to do is just follow the protocol here. And Go through the itinerary, go step by step through the itinerary, follow the protocol, be caring enough to share it with some other people. And if all you do is share it with 5 people in your whole lifetime, that's enough, but that's not really nice. We want to be nice and share it with everybody who needs it. So, you know, I hope you have a caring heart. I personally have a hatred for poverty. I want to help people. So I have a real passion about going out there and sharing this with other people, and I hope you will adopt that as well and become part of actually what I call an army here. Yeah, I'm going to help you all learn how to develop a downline that's going to follow you into everything, everywhere you ever want to go in the network marketing industry. You're going to max every single program you ever walk into because you're going to have a train load of people just following behind you. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to get a lot of money here. But it all comes from wanting to help other people have it too. Our success is based on how successful we help other people become. I am only as successful as I make you be successful. So this is where we all come together. We form an army. We're on a crusade to eradicate poverty, and I hope you will decide to be part of it and become a sergeant or a general here with us, willing to come in here and talk about it to people on these calls. This is not a one-person show here. This is everybody working together. And together we create the synergy that changes things in society. And the number one thing that needs to be changed is the level of poverty, the amount of poverty that we see. And we just literally here have the secret weapon to wipe it out. So let's move on to the next depot. The next depot you're going to activate. So you're going to activate this money train using the money that you get from SoFi Bank, that $25 they gave you for making that new account. Now you're going to move on to depot number 3. This is a company that's been around for over 20 years. This is why it sits at the very front of the train ride in the first depot. It's a company I can rely on, depend on, and I personally have been pulling money out of there since 2018 every single month. That money getting bigger and bigger every single month. And I'm going to teach you how to establish that same income as well. And all you're going to do is just get with the person that introduced you to this. They're going to help you make that account. It's absolutely free to make that account. You're going to register in there, get positioned in our build out, and then in 7 days, they're going to charge you $10. But watch what happens here as I show you what comes into play here in the next 5 days. You're going to be happy to give that company $10. Now, the next depot is also a 20-year-old company, and this one cost $50 to activate. So you're going to use your first referral bonus from the bank. When you refer people to the bank and they learn how to do this too, you're going to get $50 for every person you refer to the bank. So remember, bank's going to give you cash flow every day. If you're helping share this with other people every day, let's say you do 2 people today at $75, there's $150. Sometimes it's up to $100. Well, on that day, if you do 2 people, you made $200. Maybe it's down to $50 and you do, you know, maybe 4 people that day, you still make $200. That's cash flow every day coming from the bank. But you're going to take your first referral bonus and use it to activate this company over here, depot number 4, 20-year-old company. You're going to activate in there. And again, this is going to put you into another force-fed matrix where you're going to see the money start to multiply here because of the people multiplying as they're coming on the train. They become your downline in this company. This thing pays 10 levels deep. 10 levels deep. Now, in each one of these companies, you're going to get $1 a person, every person in there. And as we're stacking them all under each other, it starts building you a very deep downline in these 3 companies right here that you're getting $1 in 3 companies from the very same people. Very same people, but $1 3 times right there, plus the money you got from SoFi Bank, from your personals. So now at the end of day 4, at the end of activating all 4 of these depots right here, you have 0 out of pocket because you've used your first referral bonus to depot number 1. From depot number 1, you've used it, your first referral bonus, to activate in this depot number 4. So now we're going to go through the scenario of what happens day 1 when you go share this with someone. So 0 out of pocket here. And actually, I'm going to tell you that depot number 5 is also something you're going to want to use your second referral bonus to get into, because it's a very unique matrix that you make a one-time payment of $50, that as you start seeing how this starts to materialize, at the same time, all those people using their second referral bonus that they get from SoFi Bank to activate depot number 5, that's going to build out to over $1 million for you, with you never putting another penny in there, and you're not even putting the first penny in there because you're using the bank's money. Everything I'm showing you here is you're going to be establishing this income using the bank's money, and it's just going to keep growing for you. So we have a number of depots on this train ride. There's several more after the depot number 5, but we're going to just concentrate here on depots up through depot number 4. So day 1, your goal is to strive to help 5 people. You want to go out and bless 5 people to know about this. They're going to activate with you in the bank. They're going to receive $25 for making that account. You're going to get $50 for the referral bonus from each one of them at minimum. So that's $250. You get 5 in your first 24 hours. And we do have people here who have gotten their 5 people in their first 24 hours. This is not hard to do because we're not selling anybody anything. We're just teaching people how to suck money out of this industry, how to absolutely get a $12,000 a month income started and not spend a penny out of pocket. Who wouldn't want that? So that's easy to get yourself 5 people. So with the $25 you got for activating your account at SoFi Bank, and the 5 referral bonus that you got at the minimum of $50, it's the minimum I've ever seen it be, that's $250. So your total from the bank for your first 24 hours, $275. Now, those same people are going to go over here and take the $25 that they got from making that SoFi Bank account. They're going to use it to activate in depot number 2. So now you have those 5 people have activated with you in the money train. They've activated their money train. You got $5 for each one of them as a referral bonus. So that's $25 to you, but you also got $1 for each one of them because they're also in the matrix with you. So there's another $5. So your earnings from the money train matrix on depot number 2 is $30. We're still on day 1 here. Those same people all go activate. Those 5 people activated in this 20-year-old company right here. So now you have 5 times another $1 there. You're getting another $1 for everybody there. And we build this out like a matrix, but it's not. That program is a unilevel program, but we're going to teach you how to build it like a matrix, and you're going to force feed people money and they're never going to leave. So $5 you get there. And then on depot number 4, again, those same people join you over here in depot number 4. In depot number 4, you are actually going to get a $25 referral bonus for your 5 people. So you're going to make $125 there just for the 5 people that you brought in referral bonus. Now, how much did it cost you to get in there? 0, because you went in there with a referral bonus from the bank. You used the bank's money to go put yourself in there. So that $125, you didn't spend any money to get that, but there's $125 sitting in your wallet there because you got those 5 people. And again, you get about $1. They have a matrix there. It's 10 levels deep. And on average, you're going to get about $1 a person there. It fluctuates from level to level, but on average, about $1 a person. So in depot number 4, you have $125 plus your $5. That's $130 from depot number 4. So end of day 1, you have cleared in your pocket $440, 0 out of pocket. 0 out of pocket. Day 1, $440. So a lot of y'all might be seeing me posting some things out there saying, who wants to make $200 today? Who wants to make $200 to $400 today? And people are laughing about it. I'm like, let me tell you something. You're the one that's going to be crying soon, because all the people that don't laugh at it, I'm going to take them all the way to the bank. They're all going to be laughing all the way to the bank, while those other people out there were being silly. So here we go. Day number 2. Those 5 people, let's just assume on day number 2, you don't bring anybody new in. You got your first 5 on day one, and you're sitting back now and you don't bring anybody in on day two. I'm going to show you how that $12,000 comes from nothing more, nothing less than you personally just getting those first 5. But think about it. What if you went out and got 5 the next day too? You'd be turning on a second $12,000. And if you did it the next day, another $12,000. How many times a month do you want to have $12,000 coming in? And it's actually way more than that. Honestly, it's way more than that. That's still very small figures. You know, what I just said is about $32,000 that you'd build out in 5 days because you went and got 5 people every day for 3 days, just 3 days of it. But it's really so much more than that. So much more than that. So here we go. Day 2, again, you didn't bring anybody into the bank, so you didn't get anything there. But those 5 people that came in with you the day before, they go now and get their 5 people on day 2. So now you have an extra 25 people that have joined your team. They all join in to depot number 2 on the money train. You get $1 for each one because they're matrix payment there. So $25 coming to you there. They all activated into the 3rd depot, another $1 a person there, another $25. And also in depot number 4, about another $1 each person, $25 there. So on day 2, you didn't do anything, but you still made $75 that day. And you add that to what you made the day before, you're up to $515. But you didn't do anything after day 1. You just simply got those 5 and that's all you did. So day 3, let's say again, you don't bring anybody else new in again. But the 25 people who came in the day before on day 2, they now go get their 5 the next 24 hours. That adds another 125 people to your team. You're getting another $1 for each one of those. That's $125. Look at the power of multiplication starting to take effect here. 5 who get 5 who get 5. Another $125 in depot number 3 and another $125 in depot number 4. So at the end of day 3, you're sitting at $375 in the door and you didn't do anything since day 1. This is day 3. For 2 days, you hadn't done anything, but your income keeps going up. So $375 came in that day. Add it to the $515, you've got $890 now. You didn't do anything but bring those first 5 in. So day 4, the $125 that came in the day before, they now, you still didn't bring anybody new in here on day 4. So, but those 125 people from the day before, they all go get their 5. So now you've got 625 new people. Those 625 people times $1 each on the money train, another $625 to you. Same thing happens over here on depot number 3 and on depot number 4. So $625 times 3. You just made $1,875 on day 4. Look at the power of multiplication. What's happening here? You went from $375 in earnings the day before to $1,800 the next day, and you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. So day 5, you're now up to $2,765 total earnings. That's a lot of money in 4 days when you didn't do anything but put 5 people in on day 1. This is off the charts income, isn't it? Now, day 5, you still don't bring anybody in, but that 625 people all go get their 5 on their first day. That's 3,125 new people in 1 day coming into your team. That's $3,125 once, twice, 3 times. So on day 5, you have now collected just for that day alone $9,375. You didn't do anything since day 1, and all you did was put 5 people in, and they all went got their 5, who got their 5, who got their 5. End of day 5, you're sitting here looking at $12,640. All you did was those 5 up there. But now imagine, what if you didn't sit back on your hunkers? What if you really did go out there with a passion to help a lot of people and you got another 5 on day 2? and another 5 on day 3, and another 5 on day 4. You did that personally. What you're doing is you're reestablishing all this to happen all over again every time you bring another 5 people on board. Now, I know a guy right now who came in here on Sunday, last Sunday, about a week ago. He had his 5 in his first 24 hours. And the next day, he was already up to about 7 people personally enrolled. And some of those people already had their people. And he has continued to keep telling people about this. He's now up to about over 10 people personally enrolled. So in his first 5 days, he has actually already started to create his second set of 5, working towards the next $12,000. But now don't forget, depot number 5 is a one-time $50 payment. So if everybody uses their second referral bonus from the bank to activate depot number 5, in that depot, as you're building out with all these people going over doing the same thing, just following the person in front of them right on over in there, you're actually going to qualify for $1 million over there about the time you pass through day number 4 right here. Just with your people getting their 5. Just with your own people, just with your 5 gets 5, gets 5, gets 5, about day 4, you've already hit $1 million in that other program. It doesn't take that many people to get $1 million out of that other program. It's pretty amazing. One-time payment of $50. Now, it doesn't create a reoccurring monthly income for you to rely and depend on, but $1 million will go a long way, won't it? But if you've got this still going on month after month after month, because each of these have a reoccurring monthly payment to them. The money train's a reoccurring monthly payment of $25. This little program right here, reoccurring monthly payment of $10. Look at here. This is day 5 example. You've already made, on day 5, you made $3,000 alone, plus the $600 from the day before, plus the $125 from the day before that, plus the $25 from the day before that, and the $5 there. You've already made, you know, about $5,000 right here on depot number 3, and they haven't taken a penny from you yet. Are you not going to let them take the $10 on day 7? Of course you are. Because if you don't, you won't get to collect that money. And by day 7, what's happening? What do you think is going to happen on day 6 as 3,125 people go get their 5? Now what you're going to have coming in on day 6 or day 7? We're only showing you an example of what's going on till day 5. You got 23 more days left in the month. How much money are you going to be pulling in at the end of the month? From 1, 2, 3 different sources that are reliable, dependable income coming in every single month, because these 2 companies are 20 years old. They're not going away. This team alone keeps them up and alive. We pay their operating expenses from the breakage they get in that compensation plan from just this group alone. They're not going away. They're not going away. We keep them alive. They'll be around for another 20 years, 40 years, 50 years. Your kids will be collecting money from those companies as well as from the money train. We're talking about building a reliable, dependable income that's willable. This is an asset that you own. All of these accounts that you have everywhere we go, not just the bank account, all of these accounts, your position in these matrices, those are assets that you own. They're actually sellable. But why would you sell something that creates this kind of income? How much money do you think your kids are going to be pulling out of it every month? This is a guaranteed way to make sure your kids never experience poverty. And if you're in poverty, well, here's the good news. You just got blessed and you are just literally, tomorrow changes your life. You got a permanent source of income right there with the bank up to $10,000. By the time you use up that $10,000 at $50, $75, $100 a whack, you have added a whole lot of people in here following you on the train, going to all these depots, turning on all this money. I say, if you learn to ride the money train, you'll never be broke again, and you're never going to look back. And the money isn't going to stop. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because the last guy who just got down, these 3,125 people, they want the same thing you want. So they're going to keep perpetuating the growth for you. If you ever wanted financial security, This is more secure than anything I've ever done. I've invested in the stock market. I have owned all kinds of businesses. I never want to own and operate another business in my life. I love what I do. I help people have an income, and I get paid better than any other thing I've ever done. And I've done a lot of stuff. But this is financial security for the long term, and it's money that you're establishing. You can leave a legacy for yourself here with your children. Your great grandchildren are going to know who you were. Most people don't know who their great grandparents were, but they're going to know who you were. Generations to come are going to know who you were because you set out to do something different and establish an income that may change the financial future of your family for generations and generations to come. They will have a foothold on life because they will have this financial grounding to stem from. And one of the things you want to do in here as soon as you can, activate positions. You got adult children, they need to have a position right behind you in everything here, so that the spillover comes in underneath them. So then when you pass away, they already have their own position they're collecting money from, but now they inherit your positions as well and all that money. And over here at the money train, you can make positions for your spouse. Anybody, I suggest you always sponsor your spouse in first into everything. You know, double dip here. You know, put your spouse in, build under there so you've got two incomes coming into the household. Or if you divorce, they got their own, they don't take yours. So, but in the money train right here on that matrix, you most definitely want to secure, because of the uniqueness of how that matrix builds out, you want to secure the very next position under you. You want to secure it for yourself. Secure it for yourself. Put your name on it again, put my charity or whatever on there. We don't care what you put on there. You're going to, everything you ever do is going to flow money into that account, into that first account that's underneath you. So if you secure it for yourself, it'll take a $25 payment to activate that account. But if you secure that account, you're double dipping on all of the work you ever do to share this with other people. You're getting to double dip on that matrix. And like I said, that's a $65,534 a month matrix, because it's 15 levels deep. And it's inevitable that you're going to fill it up with 5 who are getting 5 who get 5, because it's only a 2-by matrix after all. It's a 2-by matrix. So, and yet everything you do goes underneath your first position, because you're not building your second leg. Your second leg is built by your upline putting somebody in. We build a power line in that matrix. It goes down straight down to 15 people before you ever put another person in. It goes straight down, 14 people, 15 people straight down. And then when you bring in your next person, if the position is still available underneath the 14th person on that power line, your next person goes underneath that person, underneath the 14th person of your power line. And that person then is still paying up through all your original people, right back up to you. And the next person you bring in, if the position's still open, hasn't already been filled by somebody up above you putting somebody in, then your next person will go in underneath your 13th person, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So it builds depth before it builds any width. And this is how you lock people into something and force feed them an income. They're not going away. You make people make money, they don't go away. This is the easiest way in the world to create a substantial income. You're not selling anything. I don't want to sell stuff. I did that for a long time. Not fun. Who wants to sell people stuff? Hey, will you please buy this for me? Will you please buy that for me? Once you make a reorder, did you fill your auto ship? You know, did you make that payment for your auto ship? Oh, no, I don't think I want to do that anymore because I'm not making any money with this. You know, I can't afford these products. It's just too expensive. How many of you have heard that before? You know, I can't get anybody to buy it. I don't know anybody. Well, I know one thing. You all know somebody who's broken, needs an income. You probably know some people that are living on their Social Security income and can't afford the cost of living these days. They're borderline about to be evicted from some place, and wind up homeless. So in about 7 minutes here, we're going to start talking about that particular issue because we have a very simple solution to ending homelessness for elderly people and our veterans and our disabled people. Very simple, easy solution. It's as easy as turning on $12,000. But I hope you understand the power of what we've got here. This is a blessing. This is a blessing. God just uses me because he knows I hate poverty so much. So he gives me these crazy ideas of how to go out and eradicate poverty. And literally they come to me in the middle of the night. Well, if you did this, well, if you did that, well, if you do this, do that. No. And then formulas with, I hated math in school. But these formulas come to me in my head in the middle of the night, and I have to wake up and go get a pen and paper and start writing and doing math in the middle of the night. Imagine that. So yes, this is a blessing for you. It's a blessing being given to you. The person that invited you just gave you a blessing. It's up to you what you want to do with it. But I personally don't know an easier way to go make money, or to establish an income, or to secure a lasting income that's diversified, so I don't ever have to find myself again working for a company and then building a big downline, getting my income up there after struggles and working hard and convincing people and whatever, and then to have that company close their doors and go away and leave me high and dry. Those days are over. They're over. So these companies that you see on here, they are hand selected because I have analyzed them, and I know that if you follow this protocol and you share this with other people, I know that you will bring in this income on an ongoing basis, and we're not going to be worrying about the company going away. It isn't going to go away. It's not going to go away. And very simply, very easily, we are moving people into prosperity with no money out of pocket, plain and simple. So thanks for being here tonight. I look forward to meeting you and working with you and helping you. I stay on this Zoom call most of the time, day in, every day. I'll even be here tomorrow. If you've got people you want to share this with, there's people hanging out in this Zoom call all day long. They will help you. They will answer questions. I'm going to take some short Q&A here real quick. If anybody's got questions, please just unmute and raise your hands. And I will answer any questions you may have before we move into the time zone where we are talking about the homeless. But, you know, this is an easy, simple solution to the problem. So if anybody here has a testimony, I think we've got Ed here. Ed's got a testimony. Ed, you want to unmute and give your testimony? I don't see any hands up with questions. So we'll just get a testimony on here. I guess he's, yeah.
I'm Ed B. I live in Decatur, Texas, and GDI just paid me $337.
And how many?
Wow, congratulations,
I
Ed.
really didn't do diddly.
You didn't do
What's
diddly.
that?
Yeah, you didn't do diddly.
You did.
Yeah, he doesn't even know how it happened, really. He just did what he was told to do. Take the position in line, activate the account. Bingo. Just like that. Yeah. Good to have you here tonight, Ed. Yeah. So, so Ed's beginning to understand how this all works. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. Nothing to it. Yeah. So, anyway, Gail, let's go ahead and pull up the pledge and we'll recite the pledge tonight, and then get ready to do our talk about the homeless people and our solution for the homeless. Very, very simple, easy solution to helping house homeless people. So I will stop my share so you can put up the pledge. So thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you will hang around. All right. Gail, you want to just go ahead and lead it tonight?
Sure, might as well.
Hey, everybody, please unmute and repeat after Gail.
All right. Crusaders pledge to eradicate poverty. I have been blessed with the knowledge and the weapon
I have been blessed with the knowledge and the weapon
that will eradicate poverty simply and easily.
that will eradicate poverty simply and easily.
I am an intricate part of ending the suffering of millions of people around the world.
I am an intricate part of ending the suffering of millions of people around the world.
I respect and honor the privilege and ability that has been bestowed on me
I respect and honor the privilege and ability that has been bestowed on me
to make a difference in poverty.
to make a difference in poverty.
I will not waste time.
I will not waste time.
I hasten to the call of duty and
I
pledge to give my best every day to this cause.
I hasten to the call of duty and pledge to give my best every day to this cause
In the interest of all mankind,
in the interest of all mankind.
before my God,
Before my God,
who wants his people to prosper,
who wants his people to prosper,
I make this pledge
I make this pledge
and I pray for the well-being and success of all my fellow crusaders.
and I pray for the well-being and success of all my fellow crusaders.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi.
Thank you,
Thank
Lisa,
you,
for
Gail.
following me.
All right, so we can turn off this recording and I don't see